Hello, welcome to Kênh News of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Highlight today.
An online conference on leadership and direction against illegal, undeclared, and unregulated fishing, demarcation and marking, prevention of drug crimes, human trafficking, anti-smuggling, commercial fraud, and counterfeiting. The high-ranking delegation of Central Union of Cuban Workers paid a walking visit to Cần Thơ City, Vietnam. Conference of Executive Committee of the City Party Committee expanded a summary of the work of the first 6 months and implementation of the tasks for the last 6 months of the year.
Top news. On June 28, in Cần Thơ City, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Lưu Quang joined an online conference on leadership and direction against illegal, undeclared, and unregulated fishing, demarcation and marking, prevention of drug crimes, human trafficking, anti-smuggling, commercial fraud, and counterfeiting. From 2022 up to now, ministries and departments have coordinated with the People's Committees of provinces and cities in the Mekong Delta region to set up implementation of measures to prevent crime and commercial fraud, as well as handle hundreds of cases of commercial fraud violations, seizing many great value exhibits. In Cần Thơ City, up to now, there are over 3,300 at this. Community detoxification and job creation are still low, so the relapse rate is still high. 20 opinions at the conference analyzed the limitations, obstacles, and outstanding difficulties in the fight against crimes, so that the government and ministries and departments have more drastic solutions in the coming time. On the working visit to Cần Thơ City, Vietnam, on the morning of June 29, the high-ranking delegation of Central Union of Cuban Workers, led by Ulysses Gillard, the Nacimiento Politburo member of the Communist Party of Cuba, Secretary General and Vice President of World Trade Union Federation, Ms. Thái Thu Sương, Vice Chairwoman of Vietnam General Confederation of Labor and leader of Cần Thơ Labor Confederation, visited and offered incense at Hùng Kings Temple in Cần Thơ City.
The delegates are also briefed on the construction process, the main items of the work including the main temple, the main gate, the ritual gate, the stealing house, and the highlights of the work. The Temple of Hùng Kings in Cần Thơ City is a work of spiritual significance, remembering the merits of building the country of the Hùng Kings, at the same time creating a cultural highlight, becoming a tourism symbol for Cần Thơ City, in particular, and the Mekong Delta in general.
We turn to other news. In the first 6 months of 2023, the party committee and the whole political system of Cần Thơ City focus on leading, directing, and organizing the implementation of the target and tasks of the resolution of the city party committee, achieving many important results. That is, the assertion of the standing vice secretary of the city party committee, chairman of the city people's council Phạm Văn Hiểu, at the conference of executive committee of the city party committee expanded a summary of the work of the first 6 months and implementation of the tasks for the last 6 months of the year took place on the morning of June 29. At the conference, attendees discussed and analyzed the achieved results as well as difficulties and problems, thereby making forecasts and proposing a timely and effective response plan to the central solutions and localities to implement policies to support production and business, attract investment, make the best efforts to successfully implement socio-economic development goals, targets, and tasks in 2023. In particular, special attention is paid to speeding up the completion of documents to submit to the Prime Minister for approval of Cần Thơ Master Plan for the period of 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050, according to the law on planning, overall adjustment project of Cần Thơ City Master Plan to the year 2030, vision to the year 2050. The Ministry of Finance has just held an online conference to review the disbursement of foreign capital for public investment in the first 6 months of 2023. The conference was attended by ministries, departments, and representatives of 56 provinces and cities nationwide.
In 2023, the whole country intends to spend about 29 trillion dong of foreign loans to allocate to ministries, central agencies, and provinces. Up to now, the city has assigned 1,733 billion Vietnam dong of ODA to investors to implement 3 transitional projects. The disbursement value of foreign capital as of June 27, 2023 is 410 billion Vietnam dong, reaching 19.59% of the capital plan. The Ministry of Finance requested ministries and branches to remove difficulties for localities. In addition, provinces and cities also need to actively deploy the allocated capital sources, focus on implementing programs and projects in order to promptly have a volume for disbursement.
In the first 6 months of 2023, the gross domestic product of Cần Thơ City is estimated to increase by 3.71% year-on-year. This growth is not high in the general difficult situation, but is a positive and remarkable result. At the press conference, leaders of the Department of Statistics proposed a number of solutions to improve growth in the coming time, such as speeding up the progress, only and putting into use keywords of the city to expand development space. In the long term, it's necessary to have solutions to attract investment, especially large projects in transport, infrastructure, industry, and FDI. At the same time, they support removing difficulties for businesses in terms of capital sources and mechanisms and policies. In Cần Thơ City, 49,760 employees with 59,732 chance were supported through the implementation of the Prime Minister's Resolution number 11, 2022 on the Socio-Economic Recovery and Development Program.
Cần Thơ City has focused on implementing the policy of housing rental support for employees who have labor relations and are renting, staying in, and working in industrial parks, export processing zones, and important economic zones point. The employees working at the enterprise are nearly 47,000 people with over 56,800 tons. The support levels is 500,000 Vietnam dong for 1 month. The total amount of support is 28.42 billion Vietnam dong. Workers returned to the labor market of over 2,800 people, with a support level of 1 million Vietnam dong for 1 month. Total support 2,890 million Vietnam dong.
Famous union in Karang District, Cần Thơ City has just launched a cooperative group that transports tourists to Karang floating market. The cooperative group has 8 members who are members of Famous Union have practiced transporting visitors to Karang floating market. The cooperative group was established on the basis that the members love river tourism and want to share a lot of collective experiences, creating unity and consensus towards professional activities, creating more income for the family. After the launch, the team will organize a regular activity once a month.
The People's Committee of Phong Dinh Town, Phong Dinh District has just organized the planting of ornamental flowers on the prolonged Nguyễn Văn Cử Road, the section passing through Phong Dinh Town. More than 50 officials, civil servants, union members, and people of Phong Dinh Town planted 2,500 more epiphyllum flower trees, with a length of over 1,500 meters passing through Phong Dinh Town, bordering Mekong commune. At the same time, the forces also take care of ornamental flowers that have been planted before, clean the environment, create clear vision along both sides of the route, etc.
And now a quick check on weather condition. Thank you very much for your joining us. Please visit us on website kênh TV.vn. Bye for now.